Hi guys, I'm Dimension Jumper and today I'll be reviewing the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES for short, video game library released for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the Nintendo Entertainment System library consists of some of the NES's classic games such as the original Mario Brothers games, the original Zelda games, and several other games that were released on the NES, and I think it's quite good because to have this on the Switch, because it brings newer players who haven't played the older games to play the NES games, and as well as have older players relive some of the classics. But the only downside to this is that you have to get the Nintendo Switch Online program thingy, and which is a thing you have to pay like the different amounts of money if you've got like, if you want to have this amount have it for like a certain amount of months or for a year or something like that. You will have to download the online thing even in order to play the NES games. And what I like about this is that you can play any of the games that you might be interested in, For example, you might be interested in playing the Kirby game, or any of the Zelda games, or the Metroid games, or whatever. And it's really cool. I enjoy playing the Mario games and mainly the Zelda games because those are my favourite series. But I have tried out some of the other games, mainly the Kirby ones, and I really enjoy having like a good time throughout the games and how they all look like. Because nowadays we see games in like these HD graphics and with really high resolution and cutscenes that have voice actors in it. But with this, all the games are in 8-bit form. So that means you can't do all of the stuff you can do in other games such as Skyrim, Breath of the Wild, or any of the other games that you might normally play. And now it's time for some gameplay. So for the NES online system, you can see there's like a bunch of like classic games from the NES era. So for example, you've got through to Legend of Zelda, Legend of Mario Bros, Mario Bros 3, Donkey Kong, The Adventure of Link, Kirby, Mario Bros 2, and a bunch of other games. And there are some versions of some of the different games that have the SP symbol on it, as you can see with The Adventure of Link. And for some of those games, they are basically additional things. So for example, for The Legend of Zelda, you've got the candle, the bombs, the potion, the meat, well, the food bait thing, the blue ring, the bracelet, or the power bracelet, and basically a large shield, I think. And you have the magic sword, or the magical sword, I think, and you have like 6 hearts to start out with in this version. And yeah, I think that's quite like nice. If you're a newcomer to the game, you can like basically have some precautions and some like safety measures if you want to like get the grips of the game. And also, if you press ZL and ZR at the same time, you can either activate a sort of like history sort of thing where you can go back to like previous parts of the game and just pick anything from what you might have done. So for example, if you die in a particular part of the game, you can basically go back to that part of the game. And also if you don't hold them down, you'll get this, so you can go to the start of the game and then choose any of the other games. And you can also move the different games to different places. And I think that's quite nice, because then you can like sort them out by like how you want them to be set out. You can also look at the date of when it was released and see it's basically a small extract of the story, and I think that's quite cool. So yeah, and now it's time to go back to the review. So as I said during the gameplay part of the review, some of the games have the special medals on it, and what this basically is are some of the games are a lot more easier. And I think if you're a new player, that's really good, because then you'll be able to go into a game that has the special logo on it, and you'll be able to play the game and basically go throughout parts of the game quite easily. And if you want to have more of a challenge, I would say once you've played the game via the special way, you can also play the game normally. So some of the games that have the special icons on it are The Legend of Zelda, also Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, Kirby's Adventure, Kid Icarus, and several other games. Now for some of these games that have a special logo on it, you basically have some extra stuff with you. So for example, for The Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, you basically have some extra like items and extra spells if you're playing the Adventure of Link. But for games like Kid Icarus, you're put to the very end of the level or the game. And I think this is like not the best thing for us if you're playing something like Kid Icarus, because if you might not know how to play well, not really play, but how to battle the other bosses or how to collect the other stuff. But I kind of see where those sort of things are coming from. So that's been my review for the Nintendo Entertainment System library. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.